So for today's lesson, we're going to be talking about the orders of operations. So our standards are to use parentheses and or brackets in numerical expressions and evaluate expressions having these symbols using the conventional orders of operations. Our objectives are to solve problems using orders of operations, create an orders of operation practice problem for your classmates to solve. So let's start with a poll question. Do you remember orders of operations? Once you have done your poll, give me a thumbs up to move on. The orders of operations. We use the acronym Pemdas to recall the orders of operations. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, additions, subtraction, which can be used to spell out, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. But remember, multiplication and division must be done in the order they appear in the expression from left to right. This also applies to addition and subtraction. They must be done in the order they appear from left to right. First up in PEMDAS, parentheses. Symbols that group together parts of an equation are called parentheses, which use these brackets here. So for example, 1 times 2 in our parentheses, broken down is 1 times 2, which if we know multiplication equals 2. The E in PEMDAS. Exponents are signified by a number or variable in subscript 2 to the power of 2. For example, like our previous example, 1 times 2 in our parentheses with an exponent of 2. So broken down, 2 to the power of 2, which equals 2 times 2, which equals 4. The M and the D, multiplication and division. Multiplication and division are included together because in the order of operations, they solve an equation for multiplication and division from left to right. So for example, 8 divided by 4 times 2. From left to right, you would go 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 4 gives you 2. From right, 2 times 2 gives you the answer of 4. Addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction are together for the same reason that multiplication and division, from left to right. Our example, 8 minus 2 plus 4 equals 8 minus 2 equals 6. From the right side, 6 plus 4 gives you 10. Now let's do some practice questions. So we are to evaluate 7 plus 6 times 52 plus 3. So 7 plus 6 times 52 plus 3. Now, can someone raise their hand and tell me what we are to do first? Asta.
Multiply 6 times 52.
And what is our answer?
312.
What is our next step? Take it.
To add 312 plus 3.
And what do we get?
315.
So, what would be our next step? Asta.
Add 315 and 7.
And what do we get?
322.
So, our answer would be 322. Our next evaluation is 6 times 4 divided by 12 plus 72 divided by 8 minus 9. Well, let's fix this. So, when using our PEMDAS, what do we do first?
Multiply 6 times 4.
And what do we get?
24.
So we will bring everything down. What will be our next step?
24 divided by 12.
Which gives us
2.
2 plus 72 divided by 8 minus 9. What is our next step?
Divide 72 by 8.
And what do you get?
9.
What would be our next step?
2 plus 9.
Which gives us
11.
minus 9, which equals
2.
2. So our answer for this equation is 2. Okay, our last evaluation is 8 minus 8 divided by 4 times 2 plus 7. What would be our first step going from left to right?
Do 8 divided by 4.
Which gives us
2.
2. What would be next?
2 times 2.
Which gives us 4 plus 7 minus 8. So, going from left to right, what would we do?
8 minus 4.
Which gives us
4.
plus 7
11.
Great. Now, a common mistake. A common mistake is forgetting the order of operations. You can use the acronym to help you memorize the order of operations. Now, so we're going to take a class quiz to see what we remember from our lesson. So, as a class, pick the correct sequence of steps for order of operations. We have A, parentheses, multiplication, division, exponent, addition, subtraction. B, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponent, parentheses. C, parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. And D, parentheses, exponent, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Who can raise their hand and tell me the correct answer? Asta.
C.
You are correct. So, we're going to go to the board and we're going to answer question number 2. 12 minus 4 times 2. What would be our first step?
4 times 2.
Which gives us
8.
minus 12.
Equals 4.
Okay, so we go back to our quiz, which gives us 4.
B.
Correct. Okay, what will be my first step in 3 plus 4 times 6 minus 8? Minus 4.
4 times 6.
4 times 6. Which answer will give us that 4 times 6?
Multiplication.
Correct. That would be the end of our slide. Okay, in our worksheet, we have problem number 1, which is 10 minus 5 plus 14 times 6. Where will we start our problem?
14 times 6.
Correct, which would give us the answer of
84.
84. So we bring everything down. What would be our next step?
10 minus 5.
10 minus 5 gives us
5.
5 plus 84, which gives us
89.
89.